What's up guys, it's Cowblader here and welcome back to Star Ocean Anamnesis. So today I've got Lezard's moveset for you, the Chapter 3 NPC one, not the other one. Alright, let's go. So first of all, we have Indifferent Judgment, a pretty common attack. So for this attack, he first engulfs himself in a yellow light and then he teleports away, and when he spawns back in, he creates an explosion in front of him. Now there's one thing that I haven't figured out about this attack yet, and that is how he determines where he spawns the explosion. I think it has to do where you are standing in relation to him when he teleports away. So sometimes he spawns the explosion really close to him, other times he spawns it like way out in the distance. Regardless, you can easily avoid this by standing behind him or just trying to stay as far away from him as possible. And then we have Knowledge Storm. This is one of his most dangerous attacks, and it will probably stay like that on the higher difficulties. So you can see that those pages that are floating behind him start to line up, and then he fires a huge blast of wind at his target. This attack does a lot of hits, and it can also do a lot of damage. So to dodge this, all you have to do is just dash to the side, and then you should be safe. And then we have Lightning Bolt. This one is very similar to Knowledge Storm, except it's a lot weaker. So it's pretty much the same thing, except he starts casting for this and then he fires a stream of lightning out in front of him. This attack doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does have the ability to paralyze you, and it also hits multiple times, so it can stun lock you. But it's the exact same thing that you have to do with Knowledge Storm, just dash to the side and you should be able to avoid it. And then we have Magic Javelin. This is his most rare attack, I think. So he starts levitating into the air. Well, he's already levitating, but you know, levitating intensifies, and then he throws a javelin into the ground and it creates a huge explosion. This is a close range attack, so only melee characters have to worry about this, and all they have to do to dodge it is just dash away from Lezard and you should be fine. And then we have Prismatic Missile, another attack that he's retained from the other Lezard boss battle, and this attack is still just as bullshit. So he starts casting for a very short while, and then he spawns these lasers that fire out in front of him. They can hit you multiple times and they come out really quickly. The easiest way to dodge this is to dash to the side whenever you see the lasers come out, and then hopefully you have enough invincibility frames to dash through all of them. You could also try to get behind Lezard when you see the lasers come out, but that's a bit more risky because the lasers also have a hitbox behind him. And then Lezard puts on the try-hard pants and he uses his strongest attack, Punchy Name. So he sends 3 strings of blue letters after you, and then he starts dancing like a dumbass, and when he's done, they explode. Woohoo. So to dodge this, all you have to do is dash away when the letters stop moving and turn into those blue spheres, and you should be able to avoid it. And then we have Rebellious Repentance, very similar to Indifferent Judgment. So he engulfs himself in light and teleports away, but this time, instead of spawning a singular big explosion, he instead spawns 5 smaller explosions. The way this attack works is he creates 5 explosions in a cross-shaped pattern, and then 5 orbs fly into the air and they come down one at a time, creating even more explosions in the exact same spots. To dodge this, stay as far away from Lezard as you can, because he can also spawn these explosions right on top of him, and you don't want to be standing there. And then lastly, we have Shadow Servant. It's the exact same attack that he had previously. He starts casting and then he spawns this pool of darkness underneath his target, and then those like tentacle thingies come out of it. So to dodge this, all you have to do is dash away right before the attack hits you, so after he stops casting. And his Enrage attack is the usual one-hit kill, I'm a filthy cheater power-up. I think this event will get a Misery 3 next week, considering that it's the last one, and it should pose a decent challenge. But as it stands right now, you don't really have much reason to farm it, considering that the Misery 3 of the first chapter, farming that and then exchanging those coins for the magic crystals, that actually gives you more magic crystals than the Misery 1 of chapter 3. Well, guess we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, hope that was helpful, and I guess I will see you all next time. Peace!